the court is calling 2025 CR 002426 State versus Axel Ramirez. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Megan Galloway for the city.
Robert Mauer for defendant, Your Honor.
And are you Axel Ramirez? All right, you entered a plea of guilty on May 23rd, 2025. It was recalled for today. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 6 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. The state is opposed to your application for community supervision. They're taking in consideration 2025 CR 002422. There's to be restitution of $100 to Ben Cadena, Cadena. There was a request for a PSI. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state, defense?
Yes, sir.
We have, Judge.
Any objections to the PSI report, state, defense?
No, not from defense, Judge.
All right, state, any witnesses?
No, Your
Defense, any witnesses?
Judge, I would like to call Axel Ramirez, please.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Axel Ramirez,
All right, you may proceed.
Axel, how old are you?
24.
And I reviewed the PSI with you, correct?
Yes, sir.
And I noted you have very little criminal history. You had a case that was dismissed in Frio, and I think prior to that you had a failure to ID,
Yes, sir.
correct? And this incident happened when you were 22 years old.
Yes, sir.
And would you agree the night of the incident you were extremely intoxicated?
What was that? I'm sorry.
You were intoxicated?
Yes, sir.
And I guess the first question is, do you feel, I guess, regret or remorse over what happened?
Yes, sir. I do. That wasn't me that night. I am so ashamed of myself, and it was actually an eye opener for me to leave alcohol. It was easy for me to leave the alcohol alone.
Okay. So have you, I guess, since that incident, have you started attending AA classes?
Yes, sir. I have.
And do you have a sponsor?
Yes, I do.
And I guess I get as part of AA, you understand that it's you're never really reformed from alcohol addiction. It's something you have to work on every day, right?
Yes, sir.
And at 24 years old, this is a really serious offense to pick up because of your problems with alcohol.
Yes, sir.
And we reviewed, you had a bunch of.
I'm sorry to interrupt you off the record for a moment. Deputy, all right, and what are the names? I have on here Lazarus Carrillo.
Yes, that's the defendant's name. He's in custody.
All right, who's here for Lazarus Carrillo? All right, who are the complainants? And by complainants, I mean victim's family. All right, and people over here are for the defendant's family? All right, so this is what I'm going to explain to you all. There will be no outbursts in this courtroom. I understand that when there are criminal cases, emotions tend to run high. And what are the charges in this case?
Capital murder, Judge.
All right, so it's capital murder. So it's being alleged that someone has been murdered. So I understand that emotions can run high, but they can't run high in this courtroom. And let me just tell you why. The deputies are in charge of security. What does that mean? That means that it's their job to keep everybody safe, to keep the victim's family safe, to keep the defendant's family safe, to keep the defendant safe, because this is America. We have jury trials. There's a legal process. So if there are outbursts, if there are interactions between the two families, you know what's going to end up happening? You're going to be banned from this courtroom, and the only time you will be allowed back is if you are being called as a witness. Does everyone understand? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Yes? All right. So to make things easier for the deputies, the defendant's family, if you could move to the interior, please. Whoever's here for the defendant, raise your hand. All right. If you'll move down and be more to the interior, please. And For everyone else, I didn't make this announcement, but here's the thing. People who are brought out here, they're brought out here for their cases. I like things to be run orderly. You're not allowed to talk to them. They're not going to make gestures at you. Don't make gestures at them. If you talk to them, a deputy is going to tap you on the shoulder. No explanation is necessary for you. That tap on the shoulder means that you are to leave, and the only time you will be brought back here is for a witness. Does everyone understand? All right. Thank you, everyone. All right. We're back on the record. Sorry about
That's
that.
okay. So you're committed to maintaining your sobriety, correct?
Yes, sir.
And I also noted we came to court one time on a violation report for, I guess, a high breath,
Yes.
but that was, you said, based upon mouthwash use. And you're adamant you have not consumed alcohol and you're going to maintain your sobriety no matter what, correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any children, any family you're supporting right now?
Yes, sir. I have a 3-year-old. I'm the head of the household here. And yeah, basically I'm the money maker, and they really need me.
Okay. Well, the important thing obviously is making sure the court knows that you're committed to maintaining your sobriety and that something like this won't happen again.
Yes, sir. I actually made a promise to myself and to God. I'm stop doing alcohol, stop drinking alcohol.
I pass the witness. She may have some questions for you.
Mr. Ramirez, what do you currently do for work?
I work in the oil fields, ma'am.
Okay, were you working in the oil fields back in 2023?
No, ma'am, I was doing concrete.
Okay. And about how much were you making back in 2023?
I would say mostly like a month or like a year.
Yeah, like a month.
I would come home with like 40,000.
Right.
4,000.
Okay, between 4,000 or 5,000
Yes,
a
ma'am.
month. Okay. And so I guess the date that this happened on July 11th, 2013, you had been out drinking.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Were you like out at a bar, at a club, or?
I was at a friend's house.
Okay. And so with you making about $4,000 to $5,000 a month, I mean, you could have called a taxi or an Uber.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but you chose to not do that.
Yes, ma'am.
And you operate your motor vehicle, and you understand. I mean, where was this house in relation to your house?
It was about how far it was apart.
Yes.
I would say like a 15-minute drive.
Okay, so you still had 15 minutes to
Yes,
get
ma'am.
to your home from where the crash happened.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so you understand that the victim in this case was just working in his backyard on his car when you crashed into him and injured him, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I was reviewing the PSI, and it says in the PSI that you feel that you no longer have a substance abuse problem with alcohol. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am. Well, I mean, like I said, I made a promise to myself, and I feel like because of that, it made me really stop drinking alcohol, consuming alcohol. But like I said, I'm willing to do what I want to do.
Okay, and you said that you have a sponsor with Alcohol Anonymous?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's your sponsor's name?
It is called what is it called? It was I forgot the name is, but I have done the classes with it and stuff.
Okay, about how many times do you meet with, or do you meet?
I have done over 124, 25 classes.
Okay, when was your last meeting?
It was in let's say August, around August. I can't get it at the top of my head.
So August of 2024.
Yes.
Okay. But you understand, right, that if you have an alcohol issue to where it's causing you to get behind a motor vehicle and drive when you shouldn't, that's something that doesn't just go away, right?
Yes, ma'am.
It's something that you have to work towards continually, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you understand that your blood in this case, your blood alcohol concentration came back to almost double the legal limit, right?
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Okay. We pass the witness on this.
When did you start working in the oil fields?
I just started like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. And can you tell the name of the AA program you went to? Do you remember the name of it?
Yeah, I I think it's called, what's it called? Alcohol. I can't remember the top of my head, so.
Okay. But obviously, you understand that if the judge gives you a chance on probation, there's a lot of conditions that you
Yes,
would
sir.
have to abide with. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's all I have, Judge.
Any further questions?
Just one. I guess when the crash occurred, you didn't stay there on the scene, right?
I got nervousness and I remember I didn't know what I hit until I realized it on the mirror and that's when I went back.
Okay. So about how long were you gone from the scene?
Outside, I just went around the block.
We passed it on.
Any further questions?
No.
All right. State, you are opposed. Are you still opposed after hearing everything?
I will remain silent.
All right. So here's the thing. I'm going to give you some choices today. I've read the PSI report. In the PSI report, I don't think there's been contact with the complainant.
No, Judge, our office did have contact with the complainant, but for some reason, the PSI officer was unable to connect with the complainant.
All right. And I see that the restitution amount is $100. So that tells me something with the restitution amount. So, I'm sorry?
Sorry, if I could just speak to that really briefly.
Yes.
That wasn't relating to the medical bills because that was covered through insurance and the complainant wasn't requesting restitution for that. That was just for property damage.
Okay. All right. So the state is now silent. Any objections to the change in the plea bargain agreement from the state being opposed to silent?
No.
All right. So these are your choices. The state has set that plea bargain agreement at a cap of 6 years. So what could happen? I could send you to prison up to 6 years. You would probably be out potentially and maybe 5, depending on what they're doing in the prison system, because it's a DWI. Sometimes they keep people longer to that. Or I could place you on probation. And if I place you on probation, state, what would be your recommendation for length of probation time?
I would request 6 years.
All right. So they're saying that you would be on probation for 6 years, which would mean that I would be able to monitor you for 6 years. If you violated your probation, you're looking at 6 years in the prison.
It's fine.
This way, the way I see it is, and I want you to understand my thought process, right? There's a problem in San Antonio with people drinking and driving. You now know this, and you're one of those problems, right?
It's fine.
If I send you to prison, you go to prison, you'll get out of prison. Who knows? Maybe they're overcrowded. Maybe they release you well before 6 years. Maybe they release you in 2 or 3, right?
It's fine.
But by placing you on probation, I have you really supervised for longer because you're not allowed to get off of probation early for DWIs. Your attorney will tell you that. So you'll have to serve the entire 6 years. If for some reason you violated the conditions of probation, you're looking at 6 years.
Okay.
You understand?
It's fine.
So these are your choices today. I can send you to prison for 6 years, or I will place you on probation for 6 years. Do you need to discuss that with your attorney? Some people tell me probation in here is too hard. They just would rather do the prison time.
It's fine.
But you can speak to your attorney.
I'll take the 6-year probation.
Okay. Sorry?
6-year probation.
All right. But Sean said she couldn't hear us. All right. So then this is what the court is going to do. You do have a guilty conviction. So it's guilty. It's a felony conviction. The court will sentence you to 6 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 6 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Defendant is allowed to travel throughout the state of Texas for employment. All right, there's to be 10 days in the Bear County Jail. Question, does he want to serve the 10 days in the Bear County Jail or does he want to be on GPS?
So it's mandatory, so you can be either the straight 10 days or you can do GPS.
I'll do GPS.
All right, then that's going to be 30 days GPS, partial for employment.
Thank you.
All right, 30 days GPS, partial for employment only. What does that mean? That means that if you are driving from your employment and you see an HEB or something, you're like, hey, let me pick up some formula for the baby. You're not allowed to do that. It's only for employment. You understand?
Oh, so,
But she's saying is you'll be allowed to go to work and go back home. You can't go run errands or anything else
oh,
like that.
okay. Yes,
And
ma'am.
that's only for the 30 days you're on GPS.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right. And that 30 days GPS will be in lieu of 10 days in the Bear County Jail. And the court, for the record, the court is allowing that because 1, there's overcrowding at the jail. 2, there are health issues at the jail. And 3, based upon your testimony that you have a 3-month-old, I don't think you want to be bringing germs back to a 3-month-old. There is to be a license suspension for 2 years. I'm going to follow the recommendations of the PSI, TAP evaluation, which is intensive outpatient treatment. And I'm going to order 90 sober meetings in 90 days. VIP Live, DWI, education course. There's to be a $2,000 fine. That will be probated. Take in consideration 2025 CR 002422. There's to be $100 restitution to Ben Cadena. There's 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once that's completed, the restitution hours we deem satisfied. And this is just something I think you should do. I think you should do a letter of apology to Mr. Ben Cadena. All right.
Is that a condition, Judge?
Yes. And let me just tell you why I'm doing that, because I want you to sit down and really internalize how your actions impacted his life. You understand?
That's fine with me, miss, because I really wanted to apologize. So it's just I couldn't have contact with me.
Okay. Well, I'm going to order that.
So thank you.
Probation, I'm sorry, field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. Probation, is there anything else?
Judge, for that GPS, is that are the fees waived? And if not, when do you want it installed?
All right. Are you able to afford the GPS? For that month, it's probably going to be $350, $360, something of that nature.
Or like I have to pay that today or by the end of the
Now,
day?
here's the question. Are you able to afford to pay it or do you need the fees waived?
I need the fees waived.
All right, GPS fees waived. And when is the earliest he can have it on?
Judge, Wednesday?
All right, you're to have that installed by Wednesday, no later than 5 p.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else, probation?
And I do apologize, Judge. You asked for field visits 1 time a month for how many months?
3 months.
Nothing else, Judge.
All right, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You're on probation. You're not allowed to drink alcohol, period. If you do, a motion to revoke is going to be filed and you're looking at 6 years in the prison. And let me explain something to you. You say you have a 3-month-old?
Yes, ma'am.
If you go away for 2 years or whatever it is, somebody else is going to end up raising your child. It'll probably be some other or the guy. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't want that to happen, you had better be successful on this probation.
I will.
All right. In this court, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know about it. If you feel they're not addressing it, if I'm here, you can come back and address it with me. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.